Hello, Nottingham. I'm going to open the meeting of the Select Board, the Nottingham Select Board. It's Monday, August already 3rd, 7:03 p.m. I am sitting at the table tonight, Charlotte Fife, acting as chairperson, Adam Ryan, Select Board member, Steve Welch, Select Board member, and Ellen White, our town administrator. Absent tonight with excused absences are John Moran and Matt Sherland. Please join us as you are willing and able to for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And, I'm sorry, sir, are you speaking tonight or do you have an appointment this evening?
No, I'm just here for the land bidding.
Oh, for the land bidding?
Yes.
Oh, great. If I could ask you to just take a seat in the general, in the tiny general audience for a moment, that's what, and then,
one of the comfy chairs.
and then, that's all right, you're not gonna miss anything, I promise, you can sit wherever you're comfortable. And you did have a chance to sign in, correct? Wonderful, all right, we'll get right to business. I will entertain a motion for discussion or approval of the accounts payable for August 3rd, 2026, and the payroll manifest for August 4th, 2026.
I'd like to, oh, you got it?
I'll make a motion to approve the manifest of 8/3/2026 and payroll of 8/4.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I will I will call for a motion. I'm so used to making the motions. I will call for a motion to approve the public meetings of July 20th, 2026 and the non-public minute meetings of 7/20/26.
Did anybody see any corrections?
I did not.
I was digging through it, I couldn't find them, but horrible with that.
You see none, I'll make a motion to approve the public minutes of 7:20 and the non-public minutes of 7:20.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And now we're going to go on to reports for assigned boards. Let's start with Mr. Ryan.
Not too much going on. I did stop in at the highway department this morning. I met a couple of our new guys at the highway department, Scott and Mike. Scott's kind of new. He's already been with us before, but he's come back to help out. They're still chipping away at the library and the dirt roads. There was a couple updates with the trucks, but I'll let Ellen have that one. Now for the police department, I have my first meetings this Thursday. So I won't have any reports on that until our following meeting. Planning board, we do have a couple new cases, nothing special to talk about, nothing exciting. Yeah, nothing really much going on as of right now. Yield.
Thanks, Bunny. Thanks. I did get a message. I think maybe our chief isn't sure who the liaison is. You're the PD liaison now?
No, I am the highway department liaison.
Highway department, okay.
John Moran's police.
Okay, sorry. So she contacted me today because she knew John was on vacation. She wanted to let everyone know that Coffee with a Cop last Thursday, which took place in the police department, was a big success. I was there. There were a lot of people there. They got a tour of the building and I think got a much better understanding of why we need a upgraded police station. Particularly with the leaking in the rooms that have all our sensitive equipment. She wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow, Tuesday, is National Night Out from 5 to 8. I believe the three of us will be flipping burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of activities for the whole family. It's a great time for community. I hope everybody will come out. And thanks to the Nottingham Celebrates Committee, we're going to have wonderful fireworks. I believe at 9 o'clock, right? When it's dark, whatever.
Well, I would say dusk, so if
Dusk.
you're here a little early, I think we can,
Still see it, right?
could
Right over the ball field again?
right over the ball field, so I think it'd be great.
The building committee, the police department building committee is going very well. They are going to see some architectural drawings this Thursday, 8/6, from 2 to 4 at the police department. She's very pleased with the progress on it. What else did she tell me? I think that was about it. Oh, their new SUV is up in Ossipee, getting ready. Should be, I guess they have to wait in line, Ellen, is that right? Yeah, it takes a while to get it all outfitted, but it should be on the road pretty soon. And they have been busy, particularly with the drive around on Priest Road for the bridge. I haven't gotten an update from them of if they're on schedule or not.
No, I reached out to Northeast Earth, who's the contractor on the project, and I just don't have an update. I understand they're working 7 days a week, 12-hour days, so I don't expect to hear anything immediately, but hopefully they're on track. I believe their target date for completion was around August 8th.
That was my understanding, which
So
is,
we'll see. Hopefully I'll have an update to share with you after this evening.
It looked pretty good from some pictures I saw.
it does, yeah. I hope the residents of Priest Road thank you for letting us tear up your neighborhood. And they'll be very grateful when it's done. Not a lot of news from fire right now. They've been busy as well. In fact, they were out near my house the other day. They're at full complement. They are participating in the police department building committee as well. That's all I have from them.
We have a new police officer too, don't we?
Oh, that's what I forgot. Thank you. I knew there was something. We do have a new police officer. Thank you very much. I completely forgot. We have a new police officer, so we're now at full staff in the police department. It's Patrolman Tyler. Am I pronouncing his name correctly? Olsh, and he will be taking his oath this week, and he'll have a little bit of field testing and then be at full bore. He's already a certified police officer, so welcome. We're really happy to have him here. Thank you. I knew you'd get me straight. Town Facilities Committee will meet Thursday here at 5:30. We are going to be moving on to assess the town facilities, the town offices, and also move on to help the fire department. That we're really starting to think now about what their needs are now that the police department will be moving next door to them. The Budget Committee will meet again on Thursday, September 10th at 7 p.m. That's closer than we think.
I was thinking it was the 22nd. It's the 10th.
Well, that's what I have on my
Yeah, you're probably
calendar,
right.
but no, you're probably
You are the
right.
liaison.
What does that mean? I could be wrong. Well, we'll get it straightened out. At any rate, the Budget Committee, Let the Fun Begin, starts in September. And I think we've got a great committee this year and we'll get a lot done quickly. That's all.
Good. Recreation is doing well. Looking forward, well, I don't know if they're looking forward to it. Summer camp is almost over, it ends on Friday. Last week they had the highest enrollment that they've had in a very long time, maybe the highest enrollment that they've ever seen. So things are really looking good for that. So hopefully that enrollment stays good, but things are pretty quiet. One thing I'd like to mention is basketball signups for anybody that has a child that wants to play basketball. Those signups will be through the Recreation Department this year and not through NYAA. So if you got a kid who wants to play basketball, come down to the Rec Department, sign them on up. Be great to have them. And I think that's about it for the Rec Department. Other than they'll be out here tomorrow night for National Night Out. So
All hands on deck.
I think we'll have
Supposed to be a
a,
nice night. And
Good
I
turnout.
gotta get my apron out.
right. The
yes.
weather will be much better tomorrow night than it is
Oh my gosh, better
today.
than today. That's for sure. Thanks, Steve.
Everything will be well watered.
Ready to go to Town Administrator's Report? Ellen White?
Every August, the planning board hosts a joint meeting with the town's other boards and staff to discuss any topics that may impact development and regulations. Typical discussion topics include potential zoning or subdivision changes, permitting and application review practices, master plan updates, and the road and drainage policies. This year's meeting will be held on Wednesday, August 26th at 6:30 p.m. All are cordially invited to attend. I would just like to pass this out and make it public so that the rest of the departments hear as well. Past years' participation has been limited, so obviously the more input that we can get from the internal departments that are pushing forward policies and procedures, the better. The community newsletter submissions are due Monday, August 10th at 5 p.m. September-October issue will be delivered to all Nottingham mailboxes by September 1st. My question is, with a limited page publication this month this edition due to budgetary constraints, do you have anything important that you would like to see on there or submitted on your behalf?
I might like just to see a little box notice of how you can access that the public is invited to select board meetings, and when they meet, that you can watch us live on Channel 22, that it's also up on YouTube
After the fact.
after the
Right now.
fact, true. And minutes are able to be read also after the fact, but on the town website.
So maybe just a,
Just a little box with boom,
FYI.
boom, boom, yeah,
Quick blurb.
okay.
just.
And I assume, I will defer to you since you're on the newsletter committee. Is there information in there about the special election?
Well, I'm hoping that our town moderator or the supervisors would put
Okay,
something,
I'll
I kind of wait to see
I'll
what
coordinate
comes
with
in.
them because that is pretty important,
Right.
especially
It's
coming out
very
the week
important,
prior
yeah.
to that special election, so.
Yep,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I'll make sure that somebody gets
Or we
something
could,
submitted on
you know,
that
I'm not
behalf.
sure what is appropriate there, I mean, we as the select board could put out for you as the TA, whatever you think is appropriate, but yeah, that would be something that we
It
would
needs
catch.
to go on.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
For the YouTube videos, do you guys live stream it or do you guys upload it after the fact?
Right now, it's after the fact. We're working, I'm almost to that point of transitioning to a live stream.
Soon,
You guys can then
We're
upload
coming
it
soon.
right before you after the
It would,
meeting.
yeah.
New voter registrations and checklist corrections in preparation for the September 8th primary and now special town election will be available in the town clerk's office on Thursday, August 27th. They're here from 9 to 11, posted for that session. Just an update on our highway department vehicles. Primex has approved the repair of the town's F-350 that was involved in an accident last month. There was additional damage that was determined after the vehicle was brought in for its initial, I guess, survey of repairs. There will be a motor replacement, so Primex has approved that and they are moving forward with the repair on that. And additionally, the repairs have been made to, I think it's the 2014 10-wheeler that was experiencing injector issues. We did receive an invoice on that, so my assumption is that the repair was completed. However, that might be new news to the department. Maybe the word just hasn't gotten that way yet. But hopefully we will be fully operational with all equipment well before winter storms get here.
Good.
We are now ready to move forward with phase 2 of the town's audiovisual upgrades. Obviously, phase 1 was outfitting this room with microphones, camera, video recording equipment. Phase 2, which we're waiting for replenishment from the cable franchise fund, we essentially get between $34,000 and $36,000 in revenue from Comcast through our cable franchise agreement on an annual basis. $30,000 of those funds goes into a separate cable franchise fund that is to be used for broadcasting and these intended purposes. So obviously, phase 1, outfitting this room absorbed quite a bit of that money, so we were waiting for that replenishment. We are now replenished. So I would like to move forward with phase 2, which includes upgrading the Hypercaster equipment used to broadcast the town meetings on Comcast Public Access Channel 22, which you see displayed in our corner. Hopefully we have more than 5 viewers at home. Funding for this project comes from the revenues received through the cable franchise agreement, which are reserved in a separate cable franchise fund held in the custody of the town treasurer with your approval to expend from the appropriations. Telview is a vendor that works with Comcast. They will seamlessly transition the town's current recording system to a cloud-based platform, which will essentially give us the ability to set up a meeting recording on the fly from anywhere. Right now, we are limited to antiquated equipment that is only run off of Nancy, the admin assistant's computer. We have to schedule in advance, and if we have any type of like a power glitch or what have you, it sends the entire system into a whirlwind, and we'll either not broadcast to channel 22, broadcast without audio, or just not at all. So we worked through enough of the challenges over the years as we've transitioned the meeting spaces over, that now is the time. So this will give us a little bit more ability. The upgrade will provide hopefully a higher definition streaming and also live web streaming of the board meetings to general Joe public that wants to stream from their computer rather than.
People don't pay for cable.
Exactly. A lot of people have cut the plug, so it will be hopefully an upgrade that is accepted by all. We also won't have to wait for a user-based download, upload to the town's YouTube channel. It will automatically integrate with that. So we'll still have the slides that are available when the TV is offline, just giving any type of public service announcements. following the guidelines that have been in place forever, but it will also give us a platform to be able to create like cleaner, more visual slides and have a better database storage. So I've been working with Telview now for over a year. Our former representative retired, I think officially in February, and we do have a new representative. She and I met this past week and we were able to fine tune the quote. I think we initially started in the area of about 25,000. We've been able to tune it down to about 18,000. So that's cloud-based, integrating everything over, building the platform specific to Nottingham, creating an archival, pretty much everything that we need to do to integrate with Comcast as well. So I'll be looking for a motion for your consideration later on. And then just for announcement purposes, over and above that, I did meet with department heads in our regular monthly meeting last month. We are in the process of thinking about the 2027 budget because fall is right around the corner, and I've asked that they really start actively working on their budget requests so that you can look at them as a first look without the department heads presenting, but as like a first preliminary look by your meeting on September 21st.
Nice.
And then in October, they will be doing a formal presentation to you, followed by to the budget committee. But the sooner that we can get a big picture idea, especially with a 4% tax cap and a lot of big projects moving forward, including a potential new police station to be bonded, I think the better we'll all be. So we shifted the timeline forward last year. It worked out very effectively for the budget season, and we're just going to continue forward in that path.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks. That's great. I don't believe we have any assessing duties this week. We can pass over those, nor do we have any official appointments on the book.
We do, don't we?
Appointments?
The police officer?
Oh, that sort of appointment. I'm sorry, I thought.
Okay,
That's,
you meant-
I meant like come up to the front appointments. Sorry.
Right. Okay.
Our lingo does. Yes, we definitely do have appointments. And shall we do those first, or should we go to our tax deeded property?
It is set by time, so however you choose to.
Okay. Well, let's whip
The
through.
agenda is yours.
All right. Wow, such power. Well, since I believe we've got a couple of folks here regarding the tax deeded properties, this is a whole new world to me, gentlemen. So let's get into that and we'll take a look.
Do you want me to give a brief overview on?
Yeah, would you? I believe. We've got-
Sure. We talked about this several months ago. We have plenty of properties that the town owns. Some are reserved for conservation or other purposes. Others have been acquired by the town either through donation or they were tax deeded for non-payment of property taxes. Typically, you would hold on to a tax deeded property for 3 years. That enables the prior owner to come forward. Maybe financial situations have changed and they're able to repurchase. Beyond that, there is no legal requirement for us to hold on to them any longer. It's just pretty much at your discretion. We did come up with a list of several properties that are either landlocked or non-conforming or just don't make sense for the town to continue to hold on to. Some of them we've held on to for 30 years, others 5, 6, 7. The reason behind them, I'm not really sure. They've been put through to past conservation commissions and planning boards to say, hey, like, what is the use of that? I did have a couple of them after we put out a public notice to the abutting property owners, offering them the ability to put in a bid on these parcels, but the caveat being that they would have to merge them into their existing parcel. So what it does is it essentially takes an extra parcel off the town's book that isn't receiving tax revenue, but could potentially add to somebody's private property, making it more conforming potentially, or just, bringing in that little bit of extra tax revenue. 2 of the properties, one of them is two of them are on Smoke Street, and one of them is backland to the Bear Paw parcel. Those are actually in question. One of them is supposed to be part of the Bear Paw, and I'm looking into that. It's new information that was presented to me after we offered it to the abutters. I haven't been able to find anything on it. And then the other one was believed to be part of a larger parcel that somebody just acquired through family not too long ago. So I don't believe we received any bids on the ones that are in question, so I think we're fine to move forward with what you have received.
What's the bear paw?
Bear Paw is directly across the street from us. It's a
Like a regional
like a
land
region,
trust?
yes, a regional land trust. Mainly the land is kept in natural state preservation. Conservation Commission has an easement.
We're all familiar with Selt, I think, but Bear Paw and Moose Mountain and all are ones that we don't hear as much about. But they exist, which is wonderful. And I am totally uncertain how to proceed with this. This is the first time we've looked at these, and they are offers, which the other selectmen haven't looked at.
So part of the
as well,
requirement was we did a mailer to the abutting property owners that could potentially merge them into their existing
Yeah.
parcel, so it would have to be somewhat contiguous. We sent it just to those property owners. We gave them the option to put forward a bid with no minimum and require a 10% deposit solidifying that bid. And
5,
receive
6, 7 offers?
7.
Oh, wow, okay, that's great.
So there were 2, 4.
Wonderful. And we're being asked to accept these?
That is your discretion.
Yeah, but so we should, I would
need
like
to look at them, right?
Yeah, we can discuss them, yeah.
And I am, again, is it public knowledge to share what the amounts are?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Does that help? If we go through those, it would probably be faster than. Right, we have one here.
We all have a copy of that, Ellen?
No.
No, just,
I got the check, but do you have this maybe?
I thought we were all supposed to have a copy, I mean,
Well,
we're gonna need a
This is
copy.
the first time we've seen the letters and the offers.
Do you want to?
Pardon me for stumbling over this, it's a,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I can't find it in the,
Maybe I'll make some copies.
please, if you could, please.
Seven separate bids on
Seven
Yes,
separate
that's
properties.
seven
correct.
separate properties.
Wow. I don't know if the bids are all for 7 separate properties.
oh, it might be a duplicate, yeah, because I haven't even looked at them yet, you know, they're supposed to be like sealed bids, and so we're just, yeah, we don't know what we're looking. We're grateful people want them, but, yeah, and I'm not sure okay.
Can you say where they are?
I hope so.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to like sort through.
Yeah, as I say, this is a little, this is a whole new, we don't do this very often,
Yeah, at least there's not like 60 for you to.
you know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a sensible way to organize this.
That's good though.
Oh, is the bid you're looking at there?
Sorry?
Is that what you're looking at there?
These are the actual offers,
Okay.
the letters that have
If
come
you
in.
could group them into lots,
That's what I'm trying to do, yeah. See if I can put them in order.
don't have to be in order, but if there's a duplicate bid
Well,
on
it would help me if I put them in order, then I'll know if there's a duplicate, right?
I think there's only,
I think there was just one duplicate, right?
And it was for a 12-acre lot, so that's one I'd like to discuss.
Everybody has been very good about putting what lots they're bidding on, so that's great. All right. Let's see. Did you have one? Thanks. Oh, wonderful, okay. Oh, look at that. Well, that makes it easy. A lot easier than me fumbling through here. So we are, requirement,
No, I do have a question for you as well.
Yep.
So you're gonna require a cashier's check for the remaining deposit as we put the bid in, or is it the check is perfectly fine for the remaining balance of the wording?
Usually we do require a cashier's check for the property just because to deed the property over, we would want to make sure that it automatically clears, where if you're doing a personal check, it could take up to 10 days to validate the funds are available. So it could just delay the transfer. I guess it would be at the board's discretion as to whether or not they would want to accept other than a bank or certified funds.
I would lean towards certified or bank check, just to,
I have a regular, I mean, getting ahead of myself, but when I do get it, I have a regular check for the remaining balance, but I don't have a cashier's check.
Is there, we need to find, I'd like to see the acreage on all this stuff and the. Oh, boy.
So if you should have a public notice, a copy of the public notice in your packet.
Or I can even
I
read them
could
off
not.
to you. 1/8,
Okay, so,
partial 1/8 is 0.05 acres.
That's
okay.
located on Barrington Road.
Sorry. 191 is 0.05 acres on Rogier Place. 117 is 0.37 acres on Water Street. 118 is 0.16 acres, also on Water Street. 102B is the 12 acres on Smoke Street. And we have duplicate bids for that parcel, both coming in at the same amount. 2023 is 1 acre on Priest Road.
20-3.
I'm sorry, -3. What did I say? And 23-5 is 0.6 acres on Smoke Street.
So those are just the parcels that we've received bids on.
Correct.
There were another 5 parcels that received no bids from the abutters.
I think that's a pretty good return, however. So I guess the first really sort of procedural thing would be we get 2 bids on the same parcel for the same amount. How would you like to handle that?
Well, me personally, I'm fine with the micro lots. The bids are fine, no problem with that whatsoever. All the 12-acre lots, I'd like to look into a little more. I mean, those are an opportunity for the town to make a little bit of money. I just like to look into it more, price per acre, because just unusable land with trees. I like to see what they got. 'Cause, when you look it up, the average in the area is like 5,000 an acre for unprocessed land, trees on
I
it.
did look into the history. There were some notes in Avatar. I believe the town put it out. I don't know if they did it through the MLS listings, through a realtor, if they put it out to bid, but they were looking for 160,000 at that time and nobody bid on it. Obviously, the market's changed a lot in 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it advertised well?
I believe it was advertised for 160,000. That's according to our internal notes.
well, it seems like however you slice or dice it, that's the property that we're gonna need to put aside
I mean,
anyway.
I'm willing to vote
Too.
on all the other ones
Yeah,
except
me
for that one lot. I'd like to do a little research before we.
How do you feel about it, Steve?
And you do reserve the right to reject any and all bids, so just with that caveat.
Well, do you think we should make a decision tonight with only 3 of us here, or should we table it till next meeting
If
and
it's-
Well, see, the
the
nice,
bigger board here to make
the
a,
nice thing to do would be include, but the micro ones, those are pretty good offers for the micro ones in my opinion, but the big one, for sure, I think we should have all board members present and do a little research.
Yeah, I could go with that too. But the largest, 0.5, 2 of them are. There's less than half an acre.
Yeah,
there's quite a difference between what was offered for the 1-8 lot and the 1-91 lot. That's a
when I
huge,
say it's a lot, I think the one, when I say it,
that's a huge difference.
I think the 1-8 was, it's a very generous bid.
Yeah, we should jump on that.
You made me say it.
1-91's a pretty non-generous bid.
Yeah, exactly, but
For 1-8,
But I altered it, so I'm not sure if you guys are looking at my old version or my new.
here it says 5,000.
Okay, then yeah.
Is that correct? Should
Should we
we,
go through the list?
yeah, let's go through them and we
yeah, we'll go one by one, I guess.
go one? Okay.
Sure.
So we're gonna look at partial 1-8.
We'll just say yes or no unofficially, just to get on the same page.
Can you do the amount, so we know what you're doing?
Yeah, we'll say it out loud.
Just trying to, figure out how to, are we actually taking a vote? Are we taking a motion?
I'll read it first.
Let's just read it through and see where we're at, and then we'll move formally.
Okay. Partial 1-8 which is 0.05 acres located on Barrington Road. An offer was submitted for $5,000. Shall I ask for a motion to approve or not approve that?
What do you think, Steve? Want to make them?
Put it aside.
I mean, if you guys wanna vote on it tonight, that's fine. Just,
I think we should vote on some of them and some,
sure,
I mean, why not?
We'll take the obvious
Sure.
ones.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to approve parcel 1-8 with a bid of $5,000. I didn't write down the address and all the rest of the information if you need that for the motion.
Map 1 yeah. On Barrington Road.
On Barrington Road.
Do you want to second that?
Yep, I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All approve? Yes?
Yep,
All right, wonderful. So we have approved the sale of partial 1-8 to Rula Asadi, am I pronouncing your name correctly? For $5,000. I'm sorry?
My mom's name, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's she put the bid in.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Which
Aaron's
I'm
wife tonight, that's it.
Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, no worries at all. Happy for that result. So thank you
Yeah,
guys. And you
that's
guys want to
wonderful.
check, or do you guys want me to
That's
take a cash or check?
wonderful.
Ellen, the questions we'll probably answer those questions at the end.
14 days, right?
Yeah.
probably a
Alright.
cashier's check would be
Okay, I'll
best.
just take cash or check.
That's great. Okay, that's one down. All right, next we'll move on to partial 1-91, which is located at 18 Rogier Place. It's 0.05 acres. An offer has been made of $150.
We table that one or deny that one? Or do we have to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve or set it aside. I'll ask for a motion.
I'd like to make, well, it has to be for an approval, right? And then we can vote yes or no. You can't make a negative
Yes,
motion, right?
correct.
I'd like to make a motion to approve 1-91 on street name, please.
Rogier,
Rogier
you do want to approve?
for 100.
Oh, right.
Well, yeah. you have
Yes,
to say
sorry,
that, yeah.
sorry.
For $150.
I won't second it,
All right, so it's been,
so I think we should just table
Moved
that.
it.
Yeah,
Not
I agree. I
seconded, so-
agree with that. I agree with Steve.
that has been tabled.
Yeah.
All right, next we go on to partial 1-117. That is on Water Street and it's 0.37 acres. An offer has been made of $1,500 by John Rogier. Do I hear a motion to approve?
How do you want to do the ones we're tabling? We have to make a motion. Can we just all say we want to table it?
You can just table it.
Let's table it. I mean,
Table,
I'm okay with
okay.
tabling it.
Are we happy with tabling that, Steve?
I'd like to see these Water
yeah, I
Street
mean-
ones
Micro,
go away
isn't it?
from us, but.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, I'm looking at, I mean, 1-8 kind of set the bar, I think.
We haven't even been on the property, to see what
I
it's
know,
like.
yeah, it is hard. Okay, if we have doubts, then I was hoping to move this along, but
I was too. Not, I mean, like I said, 1-8 kind of set the bar.
yep.
I've
Okay,
been looking way too long at Water Street, I'd like to see them go away, but.
all right, so we are going to table the offer on partial 1-117 for $1,500. Next, we go to 1-118, also offered by John Rogier, which is 0.16 acres on Water Street. And an offer was made of $500.
I mean, if you're gonna table one, you might as well table
Yep.
the other one.
What do you think?
I was happy with the first one. I wouldn't mind tabling the rest of these so the rest of us can discuss.
Okay. All right, let me just read through them though, so that we'll know, and it'll be on the record, okay? So for partial 10-2-B, submitted by John T. Fernald III, that is 12.7 acres, 0.7 acres on Smoke Street. An offer was made of $20,000, and we are going to table that. On the same property, an offer was made by Spencer Barnes. Again, it's 12.07 acres on Smoke Street, and an offer of $20,000 was made. So So I guess we need a tiebreaker. Next, we have lot 20-3, an offer made by Bertha Fowler. And that is 1 acre on Priest Road, and a bid was made of $5,000. And you've agreed to table that as well, gentlemen? And finally, 23-5, an offer made by Charlie and Kim Zilch on 0.6 acres at 44 Smoke Street, offer of $2,000, which we will table for tonight. Okay. And my understanding is that on the lot 1.8, a cashier's or bank check is necessary to be turned in within 14 days. Correct? Okay. And we will ask for further bids from interested parties?
If
Or
they're tabled for further discussion.
further
Yeah,
discussion?
I'd like,
Okay.
yeah, I'd like the other board members too.
Just weigh in.
I'll pull together
tie?
I'll pull together the full, packet on each parcel again for you to review for your next meeting.
Great. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Apologies for stumbling over that.
I think we need to make a decision now and move on, and
And then determine
right.
how you move forward.
So
So my understanding is, this has been the first, and when you're talking about disposing of town properties, town meeting back in, I think it was 1996, I gave you a copy of
Yeah.
the minutes from town meeting,
Right.
that gave you the authority to dispose of the property any which way you see fit. This has been what looks to be the standard practice, is offering it to the abutters first, and then
Makes sense to
possibly
me.
through a sealed bid process to the general public and or contracting with maybe a real estate agent, so.
Well, I think this is a good first try. We're gonna discuss this again, but the fact is that we still have two offers on one property for exactly the same amount. Should we notify those folks,
I'm
or?
one of them, so.
Oh, hi. How are you? And I'm sorry, who are you?
Spencer.
Hi, Spencer.
I'm ready for it.
How are you?
That is crazy. Like, what are the odds of that?
Right.
Stop talking to your neighbors.
Start or stop, I don't know.
That is a shocker.
That is pretty wild. It
Yeah.
was just a shot in the dark, really, that's
Yeah.
all that was.
Funny, huh? To give you a chance to give folks a chance to either raise it, either the parties, or withdraw?
I don't know if you can ask them to raise the figure, can you?
We would just reject both of them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There were no bidding
All new to me,
requirements
sorry.
at the time, so.
If I were only a land use clerk, I'd turn to my expert over here, our TA. So we are gonna postpone this until the next meeting
For
for discussion.
discussion.
You think, will it be public discussion at that point, I guess?
Ab-
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
True.
Right.
Yeah, we can't do anything behind closed doors there.
No, everything is public.
It's not what we do.
That's for sure. All right, well, that was confusing. But we got closure on something. That was good.
1 out of 7 is not bad
No, not at all.
for now.
Kinda my
More to
fault,
come.
but
No, you
I
brought up a
wanted
good
to jump on
point.
that first one. So,
Right.
Yep. You did good. You did good.
And
All
I'd
right.
love to see Water Street come off our,
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm actually pleased at I was surprised at the number of bids we got actually, so that was a good thing. Oh, now I've totally lost my place. Are we gonna talk about the intermunicipal ALS agreement update?
And Chief Curry is not here tonight, but I will just give you a brief update. I did write a letter in support to, I'm going to somewhere, on behalf of Nottingham Fire Rescue Department, we participate in the intermunicipal agreement with the towns of Plastow and several other towns for our ALS. So we did write a letter of support to Go North Hub. It's a Foundation for Healthy Communities funding opportunity. And it was a letter of support for the Regional Paramedic Intercept Program. I believe Chief Curry was just coming in to talk about the future of the program. we joined up. This is now our second year. There was a generous donor that actually subsidized the cost for the town for these past 2 years, but moving forward, that donor is looking to see that the town does, the individual towns have some support status in place, because obviously it's not sustainable forever. So
And they're still gonna contribute though,
yes,
correct?
correct. So what they're going to be looking for is a tiered support
Based on,
appropriation over the next couple of years. Moving forward for 2027, we're looking at $15,000, which is a very minimal cost for what could potentially be a $3,000 per transport.
Does that come from the federal government, that money?
No,
So we're paying into who and to
I
what?
don't have enough of those details. Chief Curry
I
might be
think
able
it's
to
now a
speak.
nonprofit, and for those who don't know, this is for advanced life-saving, which small towns like ours could never afford to do fully, so it's really a cost-saving and life-saving measure. And I believe it's a nonprofit organization, group that was formed when, I think it was Exeter Hospital that stopped providing advanced life-saving services when they went with, is it Brigham? They're with Brigham and
Beth
Women's-
Israel.
Beth Israel, that they went with, they stopped providing that, so this is, we're really fortunate.
Beth Israel? Or Exeter Hospital, when ALS was running it?
I can't comment on that because I don't know 100%.
I couldn't remember
At
either.
any rate, it's a good thing to belong to this group, is the point. So that will
So
become,
potentially, $15,000 is the appropriation they're looking for in 2027, and then I believe it increases by 15,000 or so in subsequent years. I'll get some more information for you.
it's a nice letter.
It was a boilerplate. I'd like to take credit
So
for
it
it.
would cost us an additional $3,000 on top of
Thank
what
you.
the insurance pays and the patient pays, or?
That per transport would
Just for
cost
the advanced
$3,000
life-saving.
if we weren't part of this program.
And that's for the advanced medical care.
Above and
It's
beyond
people
what
there
our guys
alive,
can
yeah,
do.
yeah, when they're providing, heart attack victims or life-threatening.
This would be, like, for us to have that hosted just within Nottingham, it would be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Our guys can't administer medications.
Right.
So that's where ALS comes in and they can stabilize the
Paramedic level.
person.
They have paramedics on board, yeah.
And as a personal user of this service, I will tell you that before we had this, even under Exeter Hospital, you got transported a little ways and then they picked up an advanced medic and brought them on board to provide medical care for you.
Right.
It was a little dicey. So this is a great service. If you ever have a loved one who's really in trouble, we'll be happy.
It'll
it's
probably be
there.
the same with these people.
Yeah, it may be, yeah. I'll have to pick you up along
Things
the way,
haven't
but you'll have an
changed
advanced paramedic, yeah, wonderful. Anything else on that, Ellen?
No, I'm not prepared to discuss anymore on that. I did what I could on the fly.
That was good, I know. Let's see, we're gonna go through policies and procedure review, so we have a nicely done new policy for the recreation revolving fund. Has everybody had a chance to look at that?
Courtney did the meat and potatoes of this policy, and then I just added some additional content to it based on what some other towns are doing, but we've obviously had a recreation revolving fund for several years, but we didn't really have a policy that outlined how the funds were to be used. It does come up as, we hope that it's not a contentious discussion, but it does come up every year during the budget season of what those funds can be used for. So I think having a policy will give a better directive to both our recreation director, you as the approving authority, the treasurer who holds the funds in her custody, and the rest of the people that look at a surplus fund of money, what the intended use of those funds are and how they're generated. So I am presenting this for your review. It's obviously open to any amendments that you see fit. But I think there's no better time than the present to start addressing questionable items and to do it through policy.
Been long overdue.
Yeah, I agree. And as a liaison to the budget committee, I really appreciate that clarity, because there's been a lot of misunderstanding. Sometimes ideas get transmitted year after year after year that aren't necessarily correct, but they become embedded in stone. So I think it really clarifies it. It will help the budget committee. Thanks.
And I mean, it is, they are laid out by statute, RSA 35-B:2 is how the fund was established in town meeting of 1994. So that is the general guidelines of what the fund can be used for. I mean, the intended purpose of this policy is to make it known that there is a specific purpose for the revenues and the expenditures, but also to put it in writing that the fund is not intended to replace the annual appropriation for the core recreation department function. Obviously, the fund does not exist without the programs that generate the revenue for which it receives.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think it acknowledges the fact that there can be monies collected for capital improvements as well. All right.
Do you want to sit on this until you have a full board, or are you prepared enough to?
I mean, I'm comfortable with it, and it's based on the RSA, the actual, not what we think it is, but the actual RSA.
It is somewhat defined to our parameters, obviously. I mean, we have a summer camp, we have an aftercare program, we have a program coordinator that's staffed full-time within the department that are all funded through this fund, whereas not every town is like that. So there are some things that are germane just to Nottingham.
And it addresses that in the policy.
We're looking for a motion or?
Yeah, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the recreation revolving fund policy as presented.
I'd like to move to approve the recreational revolving fund policy as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved to approve the recreation revolving fund policy as presented.
And I will provide you with a clean copy for signatures at your next meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. That's good. Next, we move on to policies concerning political signs. Yes. 'Tis the season.
I did receive a few emails on Friday regarding the removal of political signs from specific properties, namely town properties, but there were some that were removed in questionable rights of way. This has come up several times in the past. I've actually brought it to this board in the past 3.5 years that I've been here. And the guidance that, or the directive that I received is we could authorize Dale as our code enforcement officer, because he is oftentimes out traveling through town. He's kind of like our eyes and ears on the ground, seeing it all. Giving him the authority to remove any signage that was placed on town property, because that was determined by past boards as no. The whole purpose of being bipartisan neutral, like supporting any and all, but through no signage whatsoever. So that has been the past practice without actually having a policy to back it. Again, there was question raised about certain signs that were removed. And what happens, just for clarity, is when an official of the town removes a political sign from a town property, they're returned to the selectman's office. If the signs are properly identified by whoever sponsored, because there are certain requirements that go on a political sign, he often tries to make contact with the person, let them know that their signs are here and available for retrieval, so they can go back and post them in a legal spot. The requirements are pretty simple. I mean, it's all by statute. We try to follow that. It is very clear that political signs can't be placed on public land without permission of the landowner. You as the select board are the landowner. In the past, you've said no. There is question about rights of way. If it's on a town road, technically the town could own 20 to 30 feet from the center line of the road, depending on which one it is. So I think it's too much of a gray area. I think signs have been removed that are questionable, and maybe they shouldn't have been, so I think what I would like from you this evening is to establish a policy and a guideline so we can clarify that with Dale if you continue to have him remove the signs, or just not at all and just free for all, however you choose. But I would like something to back what our practice is.
Personally, I think town property absolutely shouldn't have political signs on it. Right away,
So the way
That's
that the
the tough one.
state, the way that the statute is written, it says that they can be placed in the state right of way as long as they do not inhibit visibility and with the permission of the landowner. So, again, you go back to the right of way is that the right of way is technically owned by the landowner. The town just has a right to maintain the right of way over the surface of the land. So I think those should be off limits for removal, and I can communicate that to everybody.
I would agree with you.
And folks need to understand that they do need the permission though.
Yeah, you can't just put it on anybody's property without.
I'm wondering if that would be a good little notice to put in the newsletter too, to clarify. And I think name and telephone number on the back of each sign would be really helpful
You
too.
see, even a piece of duct tape with some Sharpie written on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's supposed to have
It's
who
supposed,
endorses it on the
who paid for
bottom.
the sign, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Paid and supported by.
just for public announcement, anybody that would like to do their own research on it, it's RSA 664:17 that mandates the placement and removal of political advertising. So as I just stated, political advertising may be placed within state-owned rights-of-way as long as advertising does not obstruct the safe flow of traffic and the advertising is placed with the consent of the owner of land over which the right-of-way passes. No political advertising shall be placed on or affixed to any public property, including highway rights-of-way or private property without the owner's consent. Obviously, we're not gonna go around
I was
and
gonna
knock
say,
on
how would we
doors.
know? Yeah.
So I think probably just drawing the line in the sand that if it is a town-owned property, there is no permission. Be good with that?
I agree with that, yes.
And again, I will communicate that to our code enforcement officer. And outside of that, it is the I'm reading. It can be removed by state, city, or town maintenance or law enforcement personnel. So again, I will communicate it to anybody that applies within that.
That's great. And then it would be up to the individual
spectrum.
landowner.
To give permission.
They didn't, right, and if they didn't, then
Go
do
pluck it
Wow.
themselves.
they
if
pluck
want.
it them, is it legal for them to take
It's
it off?
up to them
themselves?
to pull them.
Right, okay.
Chair, to go ahead and see what the signs take the board, but do we get permission? But do you know why Dale took them off? It's not a.
I can't speak for him, no, I can't. I mean,
I think it's been brought to resolve it. If you look at the signs, figured it out who it was, but I haven't seen it. for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna interrupt because sidebar. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear, and then Dale will feel more comfortable pulling them.
I think you would
And-
prefer not to do them at all.
Yeah, but let's say, yeah, if it's not.
Like I said,
Go fawn
it was
and-
just, it was a convenience thing,
Yeah.
so it's a matter of, you know, if somebody's not out there removing them, then who? Or they stay,
And they can be, I've done the walk of shame myself, having to retrieve a misplaced sign, but they're in the select board office for your retrieval.
Snowplows,
Should you make a
the
mistake.
snowplows took care of all mine every time, so.
Yeah, one way or another. Yeah, I think that does need to be made clear, especially as we're headed into election season. Popping up everywhere already. Okay, we're
Right.
good? Shall we go ahead and move to approve the appointment of Officer Tyler Olsch to the
Sounds good to
Nottingham
me.
Police Department?
Perfect.
Delighted to have, so now we've got a full complement of police officers.
Does he have to be here? No?
he will be
He's got to.
officially sworn in after your appointment. I think his swearing-in ceremony is tomorrow at noon in the police
Alright.
department, if you'd like to attend.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna move to approve the appointment of police officer Tyler Olsch, was it?
Mm-hmm,
To the Nottingham Police Department.
have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and shall we sign this in advance of his actually taking the oath?
Yes, please.
pass this around. Yeah, if he's getting sworn in tomorrow, and I guess Officer Chiquette is doing wonderfully as well. She's out and about, so nice to have a full complement of folks. All right. We're gonna see what else we got that done. And shall we, I'm gonna read the warrant for the special town meeting because
Thank you.
that's pretty darn important. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, let go.
All right. The Town of Nottingham, State of New Hampshire, for the 2026 town warrant. To the inhabitants of the Town of Nottingham and the County of Rockingham and the State of New Hampshire, qualified to vote in town affairs, you are hereby notified to meet at the Nottingham Community Center located at 139 Stage Road in Nottingham, New Hampshire, on Tuesday, September 8th, 2026, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., to participate in the voting session of the 2026 special town meeting. Article 1. Shall the Town of Nottingham adopt a temporary moratorium on data centers, ordinance pursuant to RSA 674:23, which would prohibit the acceptance, processing, approval, or issuance of permits or approvals for the establishment, construction, expansion, or operation of data centers within the town for a period of 12 months, to allow the town time to study potential impacts and develop appropriate zoning regulations. A majority vote is required. This was approved by the planning board, 5-0-0.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay,
I'd
I'm
like
looking
to
for a motion to approve.
Move to approve and sign the warrant for special town meeting on Tuesday, September 8th, from 7 to 7.
Second.
I have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Wonderful. So again, that will be, that election, I can't say it often enough, is going to take place here in the community center, not at Nottingham School.
And I will have this posted here. The 2 Nottingham post offices, those are our typical posting places for town warrants. I'll also post one up at the school since that's a regular voting
Right.
session. And then within 7 days, I also have to post in a newspaper of general circulation, so it will be in the Union Leader as well.
Okay. Great, so we'll meet all those. And I want to move on to approve the quote that you mentioned from Teleview. But I can't actually, do I actually need to read from that or just the amount? Because I'm just looking through all my papers.
One of the thick ones.
Can't find it.
Lots of papers.
Sorry, I'll get to it eventually. I know I saw it.
I think you just,
Yeah, maybe I'll just move as is. Oh, thank you.
There it
That's
is.
exactly what I was looking for. You found it first. Maybe I don't even need to read this. All right. I am going to ask for a motion to approve the quote received from Teleview in the amount of $18,350.50 for Phase 2 of the audiovisual upgrades, and further to withdraw said funds from the Cable Franchise Fund. Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve that
Thank you.
quote from Teleview.
Second?
I think you already read everything, so I'm not gonna read it again.
Nope.
Do we have a second?
I will, obviously you guys looked at it, it's a good fair price. All right, if you guys looked into it, then I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve this quote. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Oh, and now I have to find the R&D paperwork as well. All right, we're gonna move on to paving for Ledge Farm Road. Various aprons throughout town. Oh, gee whiz, I did find it. All right. And I was a little, these are separate. Oh, the total is on the front, is that correct? 159, Ellen?
Yeah,
Okay.
nope, that was
Or-
for Ledge Farm.
That's just Ledge Farm.
And then there's another,
Does this mean I have to add them up myself? Perhaps I'll read them off separately, actually, that might. Yeah, sorry, just give me a moment. Yeah, I'm looking for a motion to accept the quote received from R&D Paving for work proposed on Ledge Farm Road in the amount of $159,000, $374, as well as various aprons throughout town identified by the highway director. One of those is in the amount of $80,105. The other is in the amount of $12,765 for a total of $92,870.
And part of that is the extended apron on Priest Road to go beyond the rear access to the fire station for the potential expansion for the police department. So that whole,
I'm surprised it isn't on here.
it's on there with the yardage. Like
Okay.
we increased it from from a standard apron to, it's like.
I
a
wouldn't have a
wider-
problem removing some of these.
Are
to
the guys
include
gonna-
more pavement.
I believe there were, so initially in the spring, the board went through and removed everything up around the Cooper Hill area.
Okay.
So I know the guys are going to classes for the culverts, but will they have time to raise the ones in question before the roads get paved over?
Hopefully, this is a non-lapsing appropriation, the warrant article, so there is an additional year that's, these
So we
funds
should
are
have enough
allocated.
time, alright, cause I thought that was a good idea to do it before it's paved, great, okay. Alright, with that being said, I guess you're looking for
And
some.
we had other quotes, I'm sure.
The.
This wasn't the only quote we
So
got.
this is the question, according
Oh.
to the purchasing policy, we do have a bidding requirement because this is a large project. I mean, we have spot quoted it, but technically this falls under the parameters of putting it out for bidding requirements, which have been waived in the past, but it's totally at your discretion.
It's always a curveball.
There is a
There's always
curveball, of course, and that's why it's here in front of you. So with that being said, I mean,
You wanna wait till the other board members are here to discuss that, or?
Have they got a time frame when they can do this?
I don't believe a date has been set yet.
So I say table it until we have the rest of the board and maybe put it out for bid.
I
I
would
feel
be
more
in-
comfortable with the other people, other board members.
And I know
Even if
They
it's
got a
just-
fair amount of work on Ledge Farm to do before they can pave.
they do.
They haven't even moved the poles yet, they
And
haven't
we're
even given a
still,
timeline
we're
for the
still
poles.
subject to the month of April being the month of escalation for
Yeah.
your pavement. That's usually when their increases take place, so.
Just table it.
You do feel under the gun. I would tend to, I know it's a pain in the neck, I know, under the gun, but I would tend to try to get the bids. We did talk about this early in the year and institute that. I would like to see 2 more bids.
Absolutely. That's the purpose of having the policy requirements in there, so
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay,
We'll put it out.
all right, so we'll get some more bids. Because we want to spend money wisely.
Probably a stupid question, but is the town required to go with the lowest bid, or can we pick the bid that we wanna go with?
No, there is a caveat in there.
Us we can, alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, R&D has done the paving for the past 3 years that I've been here.
I said, they've done a good job
Yeah.
for us.
Been very
But-
competitive.
And maybe we end up with them, but I do think that's a good policy and,
Oh, yeah.
I hate to-
We would do it for our own homes, so.
yeah, yeah.
Do it for the
Do a
town.
run around. But yeah, reputation and experience certainly counts for something. All right, what have we missed? Hopefully nothing. We've done the temporary moratorium. We, I believe, are ready to go on to action items from prior meetings. My favorite. Mendel Road.
Mendel Road, I have no updates. Our attorney is on vacation, so I will not have an update from him until August 10th when he returns.
Everybody's on vacation.
Welcome to summer, or the tail end of it.
Yep.
Right.
Hard time to, it's always hard to get government to move or lawyers to move. And we were also going to review the town beach.
Mhm.
Are we still talking about abatement at all, or just insurance?
Insurance, insurance is the big question. The other question is whether or not there's the ability to create a municipal trail that could potentially give
That's
the recreational
fine.
immunity paired with a private policy, which is according to Primex, the town's insurer, yes, we could purchase a supplemental policy, but the question being of whether we can legally do that, or whether there could be some type of a reimbursement if the landowner acquired that additional insurance and then the town did some type of a reimbursement.
And that did not make legal
Exchange.
comfortable. Yeah, that's, okay, well. We've tried, that's for sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I am prepared to ask any question of anybody at this point, but what is right or wrong?
I know, it's, and I appreciate everybody, I've heard from a lot of neighbors and community members and they've offered ideas. But I feel like we've covered every idea under the sun and you need to wait for legal. Do you think there's any possibility of hearing before the end of the summer?
Well, yes, I mean, I do think there is a possibility. I mean, I think at this point, you know, you can propose anything and it's a matter of whether it's acceptable terms to both parties.
At this stage of the game, I mean, we're looking, we got
No.
4 weeks.
And I think, again, we have a no swim order out on Pawtuckaway. I know.
Are they still talking of draining the lake next year for dam?
Potentially
Repair.
28. We're supposed to get an update that hopefully in September. We're waiting for an official verification of the date. Right now, it's tentatively scheduled for
14.
like a public information meeting at your board meeting on September 14th, but I want to make sure that I have an official correspondence from the Dam Bureau and not through third-party information.
But at any rate, even
But-
though we may not be able to resolve this to have it open for this year, doesn't mean we shouldn't
We should
continue
still very
to
actively be
resolve
working on this for future
and not
years.
wait until next year at Memorial Day and say, hey,
Yeah.
What are we gonna
That can't
do
happen
now?
again, no, that can't happen again, for sure. And I will be interested because the dam work really could impact all of whatever we try to do, too, so I'm very
Temporarily,
interested to
it's
see.
Temporary, we still need
Well-
to figure something out. I think we need to figure something permanent out,
right.
Yeah, well,
like
yeah,
nonstop until it is figured out.
ideal,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that the dam is also going to be larger, will that have an impact on the beach? I don't know,
We just have more beach.
more or less, I don't know. I don't,
Maybe
It'll be
we'll
interesting to
maybe
see.
we'll put a locking gate on the dam.
be nice. And also, if their plan is to use heavy equipment going up and down that trail for access, that would be difficult with people traversing it to use the beach. So there are a lot of questions still. I just wish they'd
Wow.
let us know.
We couldn't open it with them working on
Right.
it, naturally.
Right.
One, there'd be no water there.
Or no water. I know. And whether that's gonna happen next year or the year after, we also.
Right.
So frustrating. But yeah, we should keep on moving forward. I think our lawyers had some
Try to
ideas.
find a resolution.
And it seems to me that we did have a resolution, but weren't able to, due to no fault of our own, the town was not able to hire the people that we said we were going to. And wasn't anybody's
Was
fault.
that even acceptable to the,
It was.
okay,
If we had a full-time gate attendant, yes.
They were gonna waive the insurance requirements if we had a full-time gate attendant? No, that was never accepted.
right.
That's what happened. But
That's reasonable. Yeah, I wouldn't want that liability.
reasonable, huh? That's just the facts, we're just spitting out.
Okay, well, on that happy note, I will open up the floor to any public comment.
Hello.
And we know who you are, but if you could tell the world.
189 Old Turnpike. I hate that you give up on the beach so quickly. We still have time left, and Labor Day is a little bit later than it was last year. I know we keep going over the same thing. Can we get insurance out? What's going on with the lawyer? Why he's taking so long to get back? But I do like the fact that you're gonna continue to work on it and not, like Steve said, wait till Memorial Day, or I'll give you April of this year to try to come up with things. And especially with the stabbing that happened at the state park, I don't feel comfortable bringing my grandkids to the state park beach any longer. So, I at least felt safe at our own town beach. And
I'm sorry, did it happen at the beach?
Yeah.
Or was it just in the campground?
No, it was at the beach,
Oh, I thought it
yeah.
was on the
It was at
campground.
like where they have the,
Playground?
Bathhouse.
bathhouse area there, yeah. Yeah, no, I saw the lake, I saw it on the news, and I was like, it was the Massachusetts people, so, you know, they're
They
not
had to
allowed
really
to
use the
Town
bathroom.
Beach, but, yeah, it was very disturbing, actually. Yeah, they were right, the Channel 9 News was right outside this building, that night. So, with that said, I think, having a full-time gate attendant, again, does not help people from going on the dam, which seems to be the biggest problem of accessing the private owner's property was from the dam, not the side of the road. I don't know what that's gonna prevent, keeping people from the beach. That's just my opinion. And, I think, you know, getting the insurance figured out. I think the homeowner is the easiest way to do it, to get the homeowner.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Get the homeowner to get insurance and get reimbursed by the town. I'm sure the town reimburses people all the time for things.
I don't believe it's legal to
So,
use
legality
taxpayer
issue,
money
you
for
can't do
private
that.
insurance. Yep, thought of that one too, Robin. We
I know,
tried.
but I mean, we're still waiting to hear back on legal on that, so, but it seems like we.
They were pretty clear on that one.
They were pretty clear on that one, yeah, that's a no-go.
Okay, so that's definitely not.
I
a no-go.
know,
So
it's
it
so
would be-
frustrating.
So it'd be the town to find other insurance that is.
And really,
Can the town insure private property?
Right.
So they haven't come back whether that's legal or not.
Right.
Still waiting to hear on that, which seems to have been a while now.
Yeah.
And it just, the part that worries me, if we don't open the beach this year, are we going to lose the immunity that we've had having the beach open for over 60 years? Will then that become a possibility that we will never have access to our beloved town beach? So if we don't open it, because it's been open for over 60 years, so would that prevent
It
us?
was closed during COVID,
It's true.
so.
yeah, there was interruption. Yeah, it's not a
It's not
sure bet,
abandoned,
you
it's
know?
not abandoned, I mean, we could show records with lawyers saying that we're working towards it, it's not like we're
That's just my
abandoning it.
concern is that,
Yeah.
you know, but just, we'll just wait for next year. I don't know if you
No.
wanna use it, but I know
No,
I
we're
would be
trying.
there. I hung out at the library to kind of stay cool and keep my grandkids busy, so luckily they've been happy there.
Stay dry, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a real mess. It's been very hard, everything that we've tried, we've been stymied on. And really, I think for the landowner, it's the protection of just that trail. What is the liability of that private trail?
Cause I know like last time listening to the owner, he said like at one time there were like 9 Massachusetts people they saw going in. Have they ever required like proof of what they're seeing on their cameras, like?
I don't think it even matters if there's anybody there that isn't, or what happens there, or what doesn't. The whole issue is just liability and how much, you know, when you invite somebody in. We've never had recreational immunity, which we thought was one of those things, again, that just becomes true because it's repeated throughout the years, and yet it wasn't true. So now that we're all aware of that, it's a different thing. And as you say, there was trouble at the state park, but we also know that many people from the state park come over and use the town beach.
It was shown as less than 1%, so I'm not worried about it. Well, they come in from, I should correct that. They come in from the lake. That's what I saw in my own, being at the beach and seeing someone paddleboard in. They were coming from the lake in, they weren't using the access road. These people that were coming in, because, like I've said, I still isn't there. There's no private beach or town residents only listed on the beach. It's on a sign, you know.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with feet, but probably 100 feet from the beach, I'd guess, at the little shack that's there. There's signs there, but people coming from the lake just say, oh, this is a beautiful spot to stop, have a picnic. There's picnic tables, and they're probably still using the beach. I don't know if anyone's using the beach right now, but there probably are people that
public
aren't town
property.
residents using the beach, but it's closed as closed, so I guess you'd be serving no trespassing if you went on it now, so.
We can trespass on public property if they're not being malicious or damaging it.
I don't know if you can or not.
So many
But that's
legal
the other option,
questions.
is to open it, and hey, you find your own way without using the access road, at least you'd open the beach. Cause there are people that are offering to take pontoon routes.
And I think ultimately we have to decide, kind of a risk and benefit thing is how much, what's the path of least resistance in terms of money that we need to spend as well to make this permanent. And, we try to do everything that we could to make it as little cost for the taxpayers as possible, but when do we run into a brick road? But we haven't given up, Robin.
We always wanna give money for milfoil, so give money to open the beach. That's what I'm gonna say.
Thank you. Well, you've gotten a whole taste of the select board tonight. You'll sit and you'll come join us again in a couple of weeks.
For, how many years?
2.
Yeah.
We think they'll be here?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Yes. They're pretty faithful. This is unusual to just have.
Even with them being here,
Three
though,
of
they're
us.
not gonna make any decisions next week, right? Or next meeting, we're just gonna discuss.
Yeah, that's possible.
It's possible,
We'll
it's not
discuss it.
impossible, yeah, but
But I think the only decision made would be how you would do a tiebreaker, right? And I'm just gonna pick.
In your case,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would imagine, right? So,
Right.
you have to hire an auctioneer.
Sure.
Who's good at that? As our chairperson is
Or are
fond
they
of
even
saying,
acceptable bids?
moves at the speed of government. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Sorry we weren't able to give you a resolve this time. All right. Do we need to go into non-public?
We do. And I did wanna just, one of the things I forgot off my report, I included in your packet our draft of the emergency operations plan that we have a committee of, I don't know, I think there's been like 12 or 13 of us actively working on updates to this plan that was last updated in 2017. So I did give you a copy of that draft, and hopefully we'll have a final version for your acceptance next week. We are still working on a resource list to be incorporated in this, which is why it's not in its final form. We were expecting that it would be for tonight, but
As a member of that group and never having done anything like that before, I was really impressed. We had a consultant who led us. I believe you found her or
Yep,
knew
through
of
grant
her.
funding.
She was excellent. She moved things along. I was amazed at all the moving parts to an emergency plan. Our police chief is our emergency plan management person. And it was a lot, but I think we got it done efficiently and it's updated, and thank you. Good job.
There's a lot to it.
There is. You don't realize till you really get in the weeds
Yeah.
of how
And
how
we
many
were-
moving parts.
We were very, it was a good thing we were successful in obtaining a grant to do the update, so just having the employee, staff, and elected official membership, that all goes towards a soft match, so there was no cost to the town to get the update, which could potentially open availability for grant funding for emergency management. There's a lot of potentials there, generators for the school, shelter items for if we ever had to activate the emergency operations center. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
And even though we're a
big
small
plan.
town,
It is a big
it's a big plan. We are so spread out, and we don't have the advantages of having, permanent shelters and places to sleep in place and to have to coordinate with other towns. It was an impressive overview
Yes.
of what needs to be done. So I hope people feel really good about that. I did. All right. Shall I move?
I need one more letter in there, C.
What's that?
Sorry?
I need to add a letter in there, C,
Oh, see, Charlie?
ACL.
ACL.
All right.
All right, you ready for me to make the motion?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'd like to make a motion, to enter into non-public session pursuant RSA 91-A:3, 2ALC.
Thank you.
After which we'll come back into.
Good night. Thank you.
This concludes our broadcast.
Concludes our public meeting.
Second.
Thank you.
Second
Oh,
that.
second. All in favor? Oh, no, roll call vote.
Aye, Adam Ryan.
Aye, Charlotte
Steve
Fife.
Welch.